Jermaine Flood has done a wonderful job of bringing the Christmas spirit into MPB. She's did some things with the studio, and she's been passing out goodies. I'll put these glasses. They're actually glasses.
Oh, glasses. There you go.
Yeah, these are festive glasses to go with my festive sweater.
I'm laughing with you, not at you. No, I'm laughing at you.
Well, it's the holiday spirit, man. It's all in the spirit. All in the spirit.
That's right. That's right.
But now I can't see.
That's right. Jermaine, by the way, she's coming on next with the Next Stop Mississippi, and her Christmas dress is knocked out.
Oh yeah.
The lucky people who are on live stream. Anyway, I've been telling people how tall is smart on the radio, and they know better now. I told him just to close his eyes, pretend he's just listening to the radio. Anyway, this whole place is smelling up in here right now because I brought some paper whites. This little paper white narcissus. About half the people who smell it think it smells like cat pee, and you've got a cat, you understand.
I do have a cat now, so half the people are exactly right.
But paper whites are type of narcissus tazetta. Not that anybody cares, but there's a lot of different kinds of daffodils, the kind with the big cups and the doubles and all that. But the ones called tazettas have multiple flowers per stem, and they're typically real fragrant. But get this, our friends up north, like in Minnesota and Ohio and
Minnesota,
Minnesota and Wisconsin, they can't grow paper whites. They're for us. They're southern plants. They don't need much cold to bloom. And here it is. Well, these are blooming last week. These are blooming for Thanksgiving. So for Thanksgiving and all the holiday season, you can have paper white narcissus that are blooming. You can actually force them to grow indoors. But the important part, a lot of people are whining. Java, I can't say whining, but they're whining. People are whining about winter. I'm thinking you've got daffodils and so many flowering quince, camellias. Matter of fact, I made a bouquet here, and it's got some pink. It's got a red and white Camellia japonica, which they bloom in the middle of the winter. Mm-hmm. I've got some pink Camellia sasanqua, which bloom in the fall. Paper whites and some berries of nandina. You cannot get more festive than that, and these only bloom in the winter.
Now, see, that's the part where I think a lot of people can't wrap their head around to the whiners that you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not really whining, but they're saying, "Oh, my cat has died." Now, by the way, I've got this. Talking to my friend Clayton Allen, who was a roommate of mine in graduate school. He coined a phrase called "booglified." When plants get frozen, the bananas, the cannas, in this case by castor bean, when they get frozen, they don't just die; they wilt. They look nasty. They start dripping. It's just a horrible thing that happens to plants. They'll be back. But booglification finally hit my garden last night.
Well, I mean, it was, 29 degrees last night?
It was. And what I did, though, because my cabin's not quite ready for me to bring my plants in. No, excuse me. I put it off too late to bring the plants in. And they got leaves in them. They probably got lizards. Who knows what all is in those plants. But what I did was I clustered them up outside against my sliding door that goes into my little cabin, a little side door. I clustered them up there. I covered it with plastic, so it's like a stapled greenhouse on the side. And I just opened up my sliding door, so the indoor temperature heated, sort of inflated like a balloon. But I clustered them all up against the wall, and I think the live stream folks can see the picture of the plants grouped against the house. And then the next shot of looking from the house out through my open screen door where they're all protected. I'm going to have to bring them in today, of course.
Now, remind people about just throwing the blanket over the top of the flowers is not really the best thing. Or like throwing the blanket over the top of the bushes. You really need to get down to the soil, right?
Yeah, well, you want to catch the temperature, the heat rising from the soil. See, so if you just cover a plant up, all that does is protect from the air temperatures for a little bit. And it only works down to about 28, 29 degrees. It doesn't help below that. But what I do is I drape it all the way to the ground, and there's a lot of residual, because it's been sunny in the day, a lot of residual warmth rises out of the soil, and I'm trapping it. So it's just like putting your hand over, so it's like an umbrella, but it catches the warmth. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. A lot of folks have noted, and want to remind folks, this is a toll-free call-in program. If you got some things you want to talk about, give us a call, toll-free, 1-877-MPB-RING. There's a lot of people that notice that we've had a spate of fall colors. I've got some pictures taken around my neighborhood of a maple tree with a yellow ginkgo in the back, brilliant colors. See a little white picket fence in the back. And also in my front yard, one of the most brilliant plants for fall color in my garden is called sumac. And it just grows alongside the road. I've got just one sumac leaf. It's not red. It's not orange. I don't know my Crayolas well enough, but it is brilliant red fall color in the worst of condition. No water, nothing. It'll grow in the cement. It grows on the side of the road.
You know what that color looks like a little bit?
What?
Like a burnt orange.
Burnt orange. Well, yeah.
Sort of, kind of.
And when you hold up to the light, the backlight. Anyway, that's what I enjoy in my garden. In the morning, it looks one color. In the afternoon, when the sun shines through it. Anyway, sumac, ginkgos, maples, the red oaks, some crepe myrtles, dogwoods. We're seeing brilliant fall colors out there. So people are whining about summertime being gone. Forget that. We have something to enjoy every month of the year. Every single month of the year, we have something we can enjoy. We do have lines open if anyone wants to give us a call. Toll free 1-877-MPB-RING. But let me mention this. This past week, I mentioned I went to Kosciuszko. Dr. Tim Alford, who's a physician there, he and some other folks say they've got an old auditorium there. And it had asbestos, and they were going to tear it down. Everybody said, no, we're not going to tear this down. So they refurbished it. They cleaned it up. It is a beautiful venue. It's called the Skipworth Performing Arts Center, right across the street from the library. And anyway, last week, the Jackson Symphony Orchestra, my friend Crafton Beck is a conductor. They invited me to come up and honor a man named Charles Mickey Grove. And Java, you may not remember this, but I've talked about him. He was my band director in high school.
They contacted, I think they got to you through me a little bit. I saw that. I remember that. So you did go and
I went up there and they got him to Mr. Grove, Mickey Grove. He's in his 80s now. He did a fantastic job of conducting the symphony. But I mentioned that 60 years ago. This fall, right now, 60 years ago, I was 12 years old. He helped my parents who were poor. My dad was a school teacher. My mother had 4 kids. Buy a trombone for $35. Now, Java, you and I we've been to juke joints and all like that. They got a band, and you see this old guy bringing his trombone. The case is raggedy. It's been on the road for 50 years. I got this trombone for $35, right? And it smelled like cigarettes and booze.
it had been around.
I was 12. But within 5 years, Mickey Grove had me performing in a symphony, All-State Lions Band. He was ended up being president of the National Association of High School Band Directors. But he's right there in Kosciuszko. Anyway, it was my honor to introduce Charles Mickey Grove. We appreciate it. And by the way, downtown Kosciuszko at night is one of the most festive holiday downtown squares I've ever seen.
Well, that's all right. Shout out to Mr. Mickey Grove for changing Felder's life.
Yeah, and before we go to the cheesy tune, I want to ask you, anybody's got a turkey hunter in your family? I just heard what may be the perfect turkey call, hand-carved by a retired pharmacist at the Craftsman Guild, the 40th Annual Chimneyville Arts Festival. It's at the Billwater Craft Center. It's right in Ridgeland, right off the trace on Rice Road. They had glass and ceramic artists, wood carvers, tapestries, hand-woven clothing, pottery, quilters, carved gourds, 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock today and tomorrow. It's a really cool place. Now, to set up this song, Java, we've played the chicken song. I said that is the whitest music you'll ever hear anywhere. The chicken dance. Well, this is a group that was called. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's really cheesy, and this is gonna stick with you all day. Bye, 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 bye.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Well, a bird, bird. The bird's a word. Well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Well, don't you know about the bird? Well, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word. Well, a bird, the bird's the word.
Okay, the tune was called "The Surfing Bird." Is by the Trashmen. The Trashmen. 1963, but it was actually a cover of a 1962 black, not bebop, doo-wop group called the Rivingtons. And anyway, it's the Surfing Bird, also known Bird as a Word. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but let's go to Tennessee and see what Joe's up to. Joe, what you got about your tomatoes?
Hello.
Howdy. What's up, man?
Good to talk to you. I talked to you last August about my tomato plant, and you may not remember, but I said at that time that in 2023 I planted a plant and put my basil around it, and all last year I had no tomato worms.
Yeah.
So I thought, whoa, I'll do that again this year. So this spring, I planted my tomato plant. I put basil plants around it. There were no tomato worms again. And I called in August this year and said, hey, is there anything to this? And you said, well, there's no scientific
nobody can show that it really works, but
right, that's right. Well, here's the rest of the story. After I called you, I went out of town for a week, came back, looked at tomato plants, and guess what I found?
Tomato hornworms.
The whole top of my tomatoes were eaten by tomato worms.
This is a lot of anecdotal stuff, and I hear, they say marigolds will repel pests. Well, there's at least 15 insects that feed on marigolds, and butterflies pollinate the flowers. But people are going to insist on, and you know what? It doesn't hurt to plant basil around tomatoes.
Yes, well, I enjoyed both of them, by the way, and for my food, but for all those who heard my story last August that was repelling the tomato worms, don't believe it. It was false.
Yeah, but you know what? Isn't it a better story because they hit it than if it had actually worked? Hey, have you ever seen the adult of the what the tomato hornworm turns into?
Yes, it's a moth.
It's a big old moth. Big old,
kind of a brownish.
Yeah, big old sphinx moth. He spread the wings out. It's got sort of rusty orange markings on his abdomen. It's a beautiful moth, and it pollinates stuff at night. So anyway, I appreciate you. I would say eating crow, but eating worms.
That's right.
I appreciate it, Joe. Hey, how much of a freeze have y'all had in Tennessee?
Freeze? Oh, it was 22 degrees this morning when I got up.
I wish I hadn't asked.
Yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate your call, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Ooh, these paper whites are something else. You can grow paper whites indoors and they'll bloom within about 3 weeks, 3.5, 4 weeks, maybe. What you do is you get some paper white. It was just a type of daffodil, of daffodil. If you put the paper white bulbs in a little gravel or some Mardi Gras beads or anything that holds them upright, and put just enough water to touch the base of the bulb, they'll sprout indoors, and they'll bloom 3-4 weeks. They got flowers. If you don't like the smell of cat urine, you may not want to do this, because one flower is enough to fill up an entire room. I think it's one of the best smells. This is my earliest fragrance memory from my childhood. Every time I smell them, I'm transported right back to my grandmother's garden. But anyway, this bouquet I made, Java, it's not bad. It's pink camellias, white paper whites, and it's got nandina berries. It looks good in a vase, but they look good in the yard, too. Camellia is a big old evergreen bush loaded with flowers. Nandina is called heavenly bamboo. Around the edges of it, nice feathery-looking, ferny-looking leaves, and then a skirt of these paper whites. It looks good in the yard in December and even into January and February. So
now, when do you have to plant? If you don't have them, when do you have to plant them so they look good in December and January?
Well, if you plant them now, of course, they're not going to have time to bloom. I just planted a bunch of daffodils I found in a bulb in my potting shed the other day, but they'll be blooming this time next year. They'll still bloom. They'll bloom later this coming year, but then they'll be back on time next year. But and by the way, since I got my eyes fixed, I got that old man thing. I got where I've been wearing glasses since I was 15, but now I got my cataracts done. I can see all the way to Canton and back, but I can't read anything up close. So I've got these reading glasses.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, tell me you've had cataract surgery without saying it. Well, what you do is somebody wants to show you something. You reach around, you pat and then you find your glasses and put them on. My readers, but I've been able to see stuff I haven't really noticed before, which not always a good thing. The other day I was walking across the street to the store, and in the curb was a little tiny toy, like a truck tire off a truck.
Tiny toy truck tire.
Yeah, it was a tiny toy truck tire, a little alliteration in the morning.
There you go.
Think radio. Oh, no, I just thought of something. MPB or Think Radio. Mm-hmm. We're going to say Think Radio. Get it together.
It's all about the inflection.
Think Radio. Anyway, this tire was about the size of a golf ball.
Okay. And
being a trash collector, dumpster diver, I put it in my pocket, went back home, thought about it. I took a pair of scissors to it, cut around the rim.
Did you make a mini tire planter?
Yes, I did.
I already knew what this was.
Look at this. I painted it white with a green rim on the inside. And I got little succulents in there, which will grow in here. They haven't rooted yet. But I made a little tire, and the part I cut off, I put around the base, is a little crown tire made out of a toy truck.
Now, you remember I was there at the Jackson Home Show.
Oh, yeah.
Where you made a tire planter in front of the crowd.
Yeah, an old man huffing and puffing.
Oh, you flipped it, man. I got to give it to you.
I did. There's a trick to it. If you don't know about disco dancing, you can't make the right kind of move to invert a tire. If anybody wants to know how to do it, though, I've got instructions and pictures and everything, all about, including this new little tire planter on my blog. If you go to
tiny toy tire planter.
Yeah, if you go to felderrushing.blog, under the main headings, I got a little thing about recycled tires. All about it, how to do it, how not to do it, and I got pictures of my tiny little, probably the smallest tire planter on earth. I'm gonna say it. I got the smallest tire planter on earth.
Come on, Guinness Book.
Well, I don't think there's a category for that. Either way, anybody wants to give us a call, it's toll-free, 1-877-MPB-RING. We'll talk about anything that's on your mind. I would mention this, people who bring in, going back to our first call, the lady who wants to have a living Christmas tree and bring it in. Mm-hmm. They do have a serious time being brought from the cold into the warmth and the low humidity. That's what really gets these plants, low humidity. If you've got to do this, or if you're bringing your potted plants in, you're getting a poinsettia, any kind of plant like that, put it where the heater is not blowing directly on it, because that really dries them out. Misting doesn't help. It helps for maybe 5 minutes till it mist disappears. Clustering plants together create a little mini jungle. They share humidity. That helps a lot. So clustering plants, putting pots of small plants on top of the potting soil of bigger plants, that helps a lot. But also, they're going to have to be watered. Indoor plants don't need to be watered as much as those outside, especially in the wintertime, because there's not much light. But you do have to water, so be prepared. What I'm doing today, I've got me a tarp, brand new plastic tarp from one of the big box stores. I'm putting it on my floor, putting a piece of plastic on that. I'm setting my plants on that, so if any kind of worms that come out, or potting soil, or any water that seeps out, it's not going to damage my floor. So anyway, I just want to throw that out. You're going to bring plants in. Try to keep them out of a draft. Try to keep them clustered if you can, and water them as needed, just not quite as much. So got some lines open right now. People a little quiet. I think they're still overstuffed from last week. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving?
Or maybe their coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
Oh, man, my coffee is kicking in good. I had a tooth pulled the other day, which is okay, but I got my doctor to write me a prescription to saying I can only eat soft food like tamales and banana pudding. So I would recommend tamales and banana pudding will help soothe having a tooth pulled.
That was in the prescription.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Doc. And maybe some oatmeal. Nope, no oatmeal. Anyway, Java and I, we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to come back with more of the Gestalt Gardener. We have the lines wide open here. Give us a call. So stick with us, folks. We'll be right back with more of the Gestalt Garden on Mississippi Public Broadcasting. All righty, welcome back. Java saw something yesterday that reminded me of a question nobody asked, although the question would be, what is that?
Okay, give it to me.
Relax, it's okay. Saw a sundog yesterday.
A sundog?
Yeah. And we got a picture of it for the folks who watched on the live stream. And I just sent you a picture of it on your email. Sundog is a piece of a rainbow. Rainbows are always curved.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes if the light is just right and there's ice crystals high up in the air, you can see these from airplanes a lot, but it's rare you can see it from the ground here. You see it up in the mountains. But a sundog is where the sun hits ice crystals high in the atmosphere and makes a round rainbow, just a circle with all the colors.
I see. I'm looking at the picture now.
Yeah,
okay.
I was driving back from visiting a garden center up in Madison and saw it, pulled over the side of the road and took a picture. But you can't see it with the bare eyes this low. I saw it because I had my sunglasses on.
Oh.
So I took that picture through my sunglasses.
Look at you, Felder.
I'm telling you, man, I might be a boomer, but I get this stuff figured out.
Get it done.
A sundog is it's a rainbow spot. And you only see it when there's ice crystals high in the sky. How about that?
Well, that's all right there, Felder, man.
Yeah. Think radio. I wish I had come up with that. Hey, let's go up to Memphis. Nancy, thank you for holding. How are you this morning?
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly well. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you. I'm doing great. I appreciate it. So my question, sir, is I have brought in a potted bamboo plant from outside that was doing great this summer, watered it aggressively, and it grew gangbusters. Now, of course, since I brought it in, it's sad and it's dropped probably 75% of its leaves, and I'm sad. And I'm wondering if you have any suggestions for me. It was well watered before I brought it in. And I just listened to your segment about clustering plants, and it's in a nice cluster, but it is not handling the transition well at all.
Okay, let me ask you an important question. When you say a bamboo, what do you mean?
I know. I don't know what variety it is, but it is a bamboo plant that I bought a few years back.
Was it called Lucky Bamboo? The reason I'm saying there are a lot of different bamboos. Real bamboo grows outside, and there's a type of Dracaena called ribbon Dracaena, and a lot of times they call it Lucky Bamboo. They grow it in water, and a lot of times they're all braided together and all like that. But Lucky Bamboo is not a real bamboo. They just call it that because it looks like that. So if you got a real bamboo or this tropical plant called bamboo.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Dracaena that you're talking about, and it is not that. This is a real bamboo type.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then here's my advice: put it back outside where it wants to be.
Oh wow! Even in 20 degrees.
Yeah, look around. You go to Dixon Art Gallery and Garden. They got a collection of bamboo. The Memphis Botanic Garden got a whole collection of bamboos. Now they turn brown in the winter. If it gets really, really cold, but they come back up in the spring from the roots. Yeah, but bamboo is an outdoor plant. And here's the problem. If you leave it inside, those leaves that turn brown because of the shift, plants can't shift like we can. When a leaf is formed, indoors or out, it's stuck there, and you move it to a different place, they're not efficient. They turn brown, they shed. The plant puts on new leaves. Problem is, bamboo only puts up growth once a year in the spring. See, so what I would do, if you want to leave it inside, keep it watered, of course, but just assume that all the stuff that's on it now is not going to make it, but it'll be replaced in the spring. So take it out on the porch today. It's nice and sunny out there. Spray paint it, and then when it dries, put it back in and enjoy it. And then next spring, the new growth will come up nice and healthy. Nothing you can do to help what you've got get green again. And it's not going to put on new growth this year. Course. So
okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, Nancy, I'm not kidding about this. If you want to bring it in,
I absolutely believe you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
gonna drag it back out.
Yeah, hang some Mardi Gras beads on it, spray paint it some pretty color, and enjoy it, or put it outside a protected place. It'll do fine.
There you go. I'm gonna decorate it. Yep.
Appreciate your call, Nancy.
Thank you.
Java, I may be the only garden. There's a lot of garden radio hosts around the country, around the world. We've been doing this for 20-something years. I've been doing live radio since 1983, 41 years. Okay.
I'm 40.
You're 40?
Just had to say it.
Okay, I've been doing radio since before you were born.
Before.
But get this, I'm probably the only garden expert who says spray paint is a good thing. It'll make flower pots out of tires he finds in the street.
Well, I always say it, Felder, you're not trying to sell a thing. So it's always what's best for the plant and what's really going to make you feel good.
Well, as Martha Stewart quoted me as saying, it doesn't matter what you do or how well you do it, your neighbors are going to talk about you anyway. So have a little fun.
There you go.
Let's slide down to Florida, up Highway 49 from Jackson, and talk with Russell. Russell, what's up?
Hey, Fielder, good morning. Java, good morning. How y'all?
All right, man.
Good. Hey, Phil, I have a couple citrus plants that I leave on my front porch, and they've done really well the past several years. And then this year they didn't bloom at all and didn't bear any fruit. And I was just wondering if there's anything I can do to mitigate that for next year, or is that just part of the process?
Well, they can. You have it in a pot, I'm assuming, right? You bring it in when it freezes?
Yeah, large pots.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And, keep it in mind that a citrus tree wants to be growing wild in Japan, wild in China. They grow outside in Florida, sometimes, and even along the Gulf Coast, but they want to be trees outside all year. And so when you bring them, you put it in a pot, it becomes what I call a victim. It can't run roots out and find what it needs. It's stuck in that pot. So you got to give it everything it needs: sunshine, warm temperatures, and fertilizer. And if you'll give it a little bit of fertilizer, and don't think you have to overdo it. Fertilizer is like a spoonful of sugar. You don't need 3 spoons of sugar. Okay, this ain't Raisin Bran. You don't need 2 scoops, but a little bit of fertilizer. But use one that's got everything plants need. It's called a complete fertilizer. It'll have nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash, so 3 numbers. But if you look on the side of the label, it'll have things like zinc and iron and calcium and molybdenum, and I already say that. But all it needs a whole stuff it would normally get out in the dirt. So a good quality fertilizer, no stronger than directions call for, plenty of sunshine and water when it gets dry. It also helps to thin out some of the branches. If you got a whole bunch of branches, just clip some of them out. Just thin it out. The energy that would go to what you cut off will go to what's left, and that'll help it a lot.
Yeah, well, the plants are, like I said, really healthy-looking plants. They just didn't bloom this year.
Yeah, they're healthy. They're healthy looking. They're healthy looking, but you see people around you look healthy looking, and they're sick in their heads.
Yeah, that's all right.
So anyway, an all-purpose fertilizer. You want a complete fertilizer that's got calcium and zinc and all that stuff. And there's lots of them out there. Also, they tend to bloom in the late winter. So make sure it gets as much sunshine as it can. Every pretty day you've got, put it. It's not fun. I spent my youth having to drag some of my mother's plants in and out every time it got cold weather. It's not fun. But if you put on some rollers where it makes it easier, if we can have a week of 60, 70, 80 degrees, put it outside.
Okay.
It's not fun. It's not fun, but you just got to keep in mind that plant is a victim. It's up to you to give it what it needs. Like have a goldfish or a cat or a dog, you gotta treat it right.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. I got a little bonus question. Kind of relates to that same thing, but have you ever planted any like cocoa beans, to make chocolate with? Is that something viable in the
In a pot. The cacao plant. It's a tropical. It's a small tree, and it makes these look like little small football, or look like sweet potatoes growing on the side of the stem. But it really needs to have sunshine and humidity and warmth all year. Strictly tropical. So bring it indoors out. It's going to drop all of its leaves, and it's not going to be happy.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. Y'all have a happy holidays.
Okay, hey, appreciate your call, and you stay warm.
Happy holidays to you too, Russell. Appreciate your call, man.
Thank you.
Paper whites, man. Paper whites are the first. If you have paper white narcissus, and then there's one called Two Sisters that blooms in April, you can have paper whites for daffodils for 5 months. We got a good season coming up where you don't have to water, you're not going to have as many problems with bugs, you don't have to do as much pruning and stuff. And I'm talking about things like camellias, daffodils, winter blooming, the what they call the flowering quince. We have so many plants. There's a shrub called Legacy fragrantissima. What is that common name? Winter honeysuckle.
Okay. What did you say before winter honeysuckle?
Its Latin name is Legacy, which means honeysuckle, fragrantissima.
You knew that off the top of your head before winter honeysuckle.
That's right.
But that's crazy.
Well, I had to learn that stuff. I can even spell it right, too. Hey, by the way, you know what the Latin name of sweet gum tree is?
What is it?
Which is beautiful fall colors. Liquid amber styraciflua.
Liquid amber styraciflua.
Close enough.
I think so.
You say that out in public, they're going to look at you funny. Of course, when you got those holiday glasses on, you can say anything, Joe. Big guy like you with Santa Claus glasses on, you go for it.
It's giving leave me alone.
Yeah.
But happy holidays.
That's right. Well, we do appreciate folks who tune in, who listen every week. MPB is Think Radio. We've got a lot of great local programs. We've got one coming up next. I hope that you're on live stream. First of all, to see Java's Santa Claus glasses, but wait till you see Jermaine's outfit. Wow. I am horticulturist Felder Rushing. I'm about to head over the pond, Java. You know that.
Yeah, but we're nothing's gonna change. We got a show coming next week, and it's gonna be a banger.
It's going to be live stream, and I'm bringing you a box of stuff where every week I'm going to get you to pull something out of the box, and we're going to talk about it. I've got it planned out for the next few weeks. Every Friday we're going to talk about stuff live here on Mississippi Public Broadcasting. Folks, if you get a chance, farmers markets are still cranked up. Garden centers are running low on pansies, but we managed to snag some yesterday. You might find some late paperwhite bulbs to get started indoors. But at any rate, have a safe weekend. If there is a farmer's market, or if you can make it to the Craftsman's Guild Chimneyville Arts Festival, take some kids with you. Show them how to do what we do best, and that's get dirty. See y'all later.
Kennedy King. And before we hit the road, let me welcome my traveling partners, Jermaine Flood, Java Chapman, and my dad, Kamel King.
Oh my God.
Proud Papa moment. Proud Papa
Oh
moment.
my God. I'm just melting in my seat right now.
Y'all, this is going to be a time, especially when you don't hear my voice at the top of the show.
Whoa.
Let me tell you something. I am so excited for today's show. I've thrown the entire kitchen sink in, plus
Yes, you
Kennedy,
have.
plus Kennedy King.
It is gorgeous in here.
Listen, let me go ahead and re-welcome the traveling partners today. Of course, we've got Java here. Of course, we've got Kamel here. But who we've also got here as our special guest host is none other than Kamel's daughter, Kennedy King.
Welcome, Kennedy. Welcome,
My
Kennedy.
baby.
Yes.
Okay, she ain't no baby. She hate when I call her that. she's growing.
Oh, well, Kennedy is growing here on Next Stop Mississippi today, and I am
Yes.
super excited. She and I did the billboard together. She's amazing. I want you to know
Oh,
she's
man.
ready. She's good to go.
Thank you.
I don't think you'll have any problems out of this one later on.
No.
I think we've got a radio star, TV star, somebody on our
And she know
hands.
daddy crazy.
Kennedy, how is it having this crazy man as your father?
I mean, I love him very much. He's very funny to me, but he doesn't think that he's funny, and I'm like, you are funny.
He is funny. He keeps me laughing when we're on the show, Kennedy. So he is really, really funny. Well, Java, you ready to drive this sleigh today? You're Santa number 2 because in front of you, in front of me,
We got the real deal.
is the real deal. We've got
Triple OG.
Yeah, we've got a Santa Claus
Right.
here. We've got Santa here. So I'm excited to have everybody on. Listen, we're going to go ahead and get this kicked off because other than us here, we've got my favorite girls in the world.
Yes.
And I stay in tune with
Love them.
I know they think I'm just telling a story, but I literally know every waking moment these girls do. Now, just because I follow them on social, though. But for our first stop, we're keeping the holiday family theme alive. We've got the father and the daughter here, and now we're bringing back Mississippi's own Chapel Hart to talk about their Heartfelt Family Christmas Tour 2024 with stops in Meridian, Carriere, and Gautier. And in with us via Zoom is Danica, Tree, and Devin!
Superstars!
Ladies, I am so glad to have you all back on the show, and of course with our guest host, Kennedy King.
Yes, I've actually met you guys before, and I'm very excited to hear you guys again.
She said she met y'all before, y'all. That's
Yeah, you guys were doing a show on the Gulf Coast. It had to have been 3-4 years back, and she was way more little. And you guys were so nice and took a picture with her backstage. So now, as she's seen you guys just skyrocket, she's like, "I met them, and they were so nice." And I'm like, "They're still nice."
How's the tour? How's the tour life been? Yeah. How's the tour life been, y'all?
It's been going good. I think tonight is night 6 or 7.
Okay.
Or on our Heartfelt Family Christmas Tour. I don't know. I can't keep up, but it has been absolutely incredible so far.
Awesome.
We're in Newberry, South Carolina, and we told them last night. We were in Nashville last night, and a couple nights before that we were in New York. And Tree had surgery somewhere in between there, and so I said, so for us to remember that we were in Newberry, I said you must be special people because you never know what day it is. We don't know what time it is. We don't know where we are.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're on the bus. We're actually going to be getting ready to pull out to the next city after this.
That's
That
awesome.
tour life is something else, isn't it?
And the bus is festive, though. I mean, there's wallpaper. I mean, there's
right.
Yeah, it looks like the wrapping paper is the curtain.
I literally got on the bus one day. I got off the bus and the bus was normal. I get on the next day and it is a winter wonderland. And I'm like, Danica, what happened? She said, I just got a few more things to add, and I'm like,
Oh man.
maybe not good.
Too funny.
Tree, you had surgery?
Yes, she did. Look, Tree, let me tell what happened. Let me tell you what happened to her.
Many blessings to you.
Let me tell you what happened to Tree. Tree, I mean, you know, those boots were made for walking, and that's just what she'll do. And one of those days, those boots walked right over her Achilles heel.
No.
Yes, it did.
Who did that?
Tree, talk about it. I'm glad you're here, though. I was scared that your foot was going to keep you from us.
I say you don't need two Achilles to have a good time. But it's funny because often Danica says the Lord say you can sing or you can dance, and I learned the hard way I am not a dancer. I wasn't even doing anything fancy. It was like just mid-show. I put my foot down, and my ankle said no, ma'am. It just stopped cooperating. But luckily, and then we like did a whole run in Japan, and like it ruptured completely while I was over there. So
wow.
We kind of hit the ground running until, between this past couple weeks, the last weekend and this weekend, was able to get them to reattach it and hit the ground.
How's recovery? How's recovery been?
It's been a road. It's a recovery. It's a recovery.
Journey is the word here. It's that we gotta just trust the journey, be on the journey.
Yeah.
But I have to say,
right.
Traveling is hard anyways, but being able to like go and see the fans and getting that extra Christmas love and that Yuletide joy, it like kind of helps the process a little bit more.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Speaking of journey, the journey that you're on now for this Heartfelt Family Christmas, y'all's pin work. I listened to the whole album. I love every single song, but my favorite songs are the ones where it's just y'all on it. Cause I already know y'all's penmanship it's crazy. I mean, from Heartfelt Family Christmas to Blue Christmas to Come On Santa to, literally this is a classic Christmas album. And I'm a Christmas album aficionado. I don't know if y'all knew.
I did not know that.
Yes, Kenny G's Faith is one of my favorites. Oh, okay. I knew it. I knew somebody else was with me. Kenny G's Faith. You can just play that as like going to sleep music. I know it.
You could probably, you and Danica will be listening to that in February.
I know it. And you know what my favorite Christmas music is? Like blues Christmas. Blues Christmas is so good. Oh, you like that one, Devin?
I keep saying I want to hear the Otis Redding one.
Classic.
I can't think of the name of it right now. Put me on the spot and I can't think. But I'm with you. And I was like, I feel like there's some Christmas songs that Christmas didn't really start until you heard that song in the house. Yeah. Like the Temptations, Silent Night. Yeah, like
you hear that?
The Merry Christmas Temptations. Until you heard that, Christmas did
it
not
hadn't started.
So
right.
Absolutely. Like absolutely.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Kennedy, what's something you want to ask
What you
them?
thinking?
Well, first, I'm glad that you're okay from like your ankle, and also I follow you guys on TikTok. Like, I love that one video.
We gonna have to ask Kennedy for some help on TikTok, Lord, because we don't know what to do.
Me neither. Me neither. She's the resident expert.
I love that one video where you were like telling like who was like the most of that subject, and it was like so funny.
Oh, the most likely.
Yeah, the most likely.
That is too cute. Talk about what y'all want to accomplish with this Heartfelt Family Christmas album, y'all.
I feel like the first thing that we wanted to accomplish, like for so long, people had asked, like, what is it like being with you guys, being with y'all's family, coming home for the holidays? And y'all already know we have a huge family, right? And from the 17 aunts and uncles to the 100+ cousins, a Heartfelt Family Christmas, it's gonna be a little bit of everything, a little bit of that traditional, a little bit rambunctious, and I feel like that album like completely like encompassed all of that.
Yeah.
And it has those Christmas classics that you grew up and loved, and it also has that down home feel of like friends and family stopping by and like,
Of course. Of course. Talk about the friends and family who did stop by, the features. I want to know how excited y'all were to have one. Darius Rucker came back. Y'all now got this second song with Darius. If it's not the third, but yeah, he's back. Talk about some of the other features y'all got.
Well, I'll start it off. We had the incredible Gretchen Wilson on this album, and I have always absolutely loved Gretchen, and being able to have her on this album was literally a dream come true. We had that on our little bucket list of artists that anytime anybody always would say, you know, what's one artist you want to collab with? Gretchen Wilson was always at the top of that list. So having her part of this album was everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you what, we had artists like Reese Palmer, and I always say, people always talk about, you know, they were like, what is it like, you know, they often ask, like, do you know what you're doing as three black women in country music? Do you know what you're doing for the genre? And I always say we can't even begin to have that conversation without people like Miko, especially for us in our era, Miko Marks and Reese Palmer. And so Reese graced us on this record. We were like, please. She was like, I'd be honored.
Yeah.
We had like Jason Crabb and the Isaacs, like, boy, you can't talk about soul. I said, I'll tell him all the time. I said, that white boy got soul. So Jason Crabb graced us on the record. The Isaacs, I said, I don't even know if that one song could hold that much harmony, but apparently it can. And I mean, they're good friends of ours. We had T. Graham Brown. I said, boy, T. Graham almost just bullied us to be on this record, but it was I don't do it. Am I gonna be on it? Like, come on, man. So we got T. Graham on it. Am I missing some? I feel like oh my
Vince Gill. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Literally the voice, the butter voice himself. He just, I said, Vince Gill's voice just sounds like Christmas. Like I feel like, you know, I remember hearing his voice during the holidays, and I was like, if he would be on this, we would be just like, and pretty much everybody we thought would tell us no, and everybody was so, it was a gracious yes. It was a fast yes.
Oh, that's great.
But I think that, like Tree was saying, what we wanted this record to be, I think that I think we had the right people. It was easy yeses. They were on it. They loved the songs. Darius, we sent him over a few songs that we had open left, and I think he heard That Time of the Year first, and he called back so fast, and he was like, I found my song. He was like, I'll do it. I'll send it to you. And we were like, did you listen to all of it? He said, no, I heard the one I want to do. He said, man, this song just. He said, this song is fire. He said, I got to do it. I said, hey, a man who knows what he wants, let's go for it. But I was like, so it was like every piece of the puzzle just fit.
Yeah.
Talk about, you know, you guys said, you know, people ask you, do you three black women, young women know what you're doing in country music and all of that, but the positive, you know, feedback that you get, like an example of my daughter who has watched you guys from before you were on TV and after and now, being a shining example. Talk about, you know, just the effect that you have on women, and especially, you know, young African-American women.
I feel like a lot of times, like, we don't even realize it until after the fact, the effect that we have, because sometimes, like, we're so focused on, you know, like, getting it done, writing the songs, doing the shows. But, you know, you go and, like, you see kids like Kennedy, and we go to other places and say, like, I've been a fan of country music my entire life, but, you know, maybe as, like, maybe as a black girl or like as a woman of color, like I didn't really feel seen in the space, but knowing that just us doing what we're doing and following our hearts are like, it's like serving as an inspiration to other people. Like you can't really even put words to it, but I feel like we see it every time, maybe even if it slips our mind, whenever you go city to city, you're constantly reminded from like, you know, from the ages of 2 to 95, like women all over the U.S. are starting to feel empowered, and I'm just glad that we're a part of it.
I love it.
I love it. For me, I think the big thing is that I was like, I pray that I think sometimes it's hard to be like to like people always are like, you know, y'all are such role models and money. So it's kind of hard to think of it like that. But I will say, I pray that we are always the message. If we can do it, you can do it. And I always tell people it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of sacrifice. But if we can do it, you can do it. You can be whatever you want to be in the world and life. And you just got to work hard at it. But we are truly, I always tell people, in the words of Cardi B, we just 3 regular schmegula girls from Mississippi, and if you can do it, you can do it. So I pray that's the message, like, you know.
Yeah, I love y'all. 3 regular schmegular girls from Mississippi.
Who are ultra talented.
Right. And I always put myself in the 4th of that. I tell everybody everywhere I'm the 4th member. I want y'all to know that just so it doesn't get back and y'all try to sue me or something like that. But yeah, I'm the 4th member. And speaking of the tour that we're going on as 4 of Chapel Hart, y'all are all over the place. Of course, y'all have got stops here in the state, but I have to say this one stop. Y'all are stopping by my mom's hometown in Buffalo, New York. If y'all haven't already gone, have y'all already did that stop?
We've already been up that way.
Did y'all enjoy that? It was cold?
And now New York was cold.
Yeah.
I was like, it's time to head on back down yonder because this is about to start snowing too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. It's always about to start snowing. Yeah.
Well, I have a question. So, how do you feel like jumping from, so you were just such a little like group into like something big, and would you like to go bigger, or are you fine where you're at?
Oh, that's a good question, Kennedy. That's a good question. We didn't even prep her for that.
I think we can kind of split it up, but I think when we first started, I don't think we ever imagined us being where we are now. I think it was just it felt like it was just a dream almost, and now that we're kind of here, it's different. And that rocket, I think the climb of it happened really, really fast, so we had to make a lot of adjustments really, really quick, but it's fun to see the journey almost, to see the climb and to see how far we've come and all the things that we've been able to accomplish.
And I think just kind of the 2 cents that, this is Danica, and I think the 2 cents that I want to just kind of add to it is that I want to reach to the tippy top of the mountain, but I want us to be like as big as we can be, because I want people to know that God is still in the blessing business.
Yes,
like,
indeed.
absolutely nothing that we know or that makes us so wise that we even know how to do this. But I pray that when people see us, that they get to see a part of the music industry, somewhat a part of the music industry that says that you don't have to sell your soul, you don't have to sell out.
Yes.
You can just do you can go out and you can write songs to encourage people. You can go out and you can write songs about, how God's saving grace. And you can write songs about hanging out with your friends and family. And you can do those things without losing who you are. And I pray that if that is the message, that it shines far and wide.
Wonderful.
So, I watch a lot of the shows, and I feel like maybe last year on like American Idol and The Voice and America's Got Talent, there were so many. It felt like every year there's so many Mississippians who are like shining stars, and I said, I pray that it just continues. But I hope that somewhere in that booklet that there's a picture of us, and it says that look, you can do it. You can trust God all the way, and He'll take you to the top of the mountain.
You can.
Amen.
Come on, divine timing.
Word.
Come on, divine timing. That's what I'm saying. I love that. Okay, the tour. We've got stops in Meridian, December the 12th. A stop in. Okay, Kamel, don't. I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna try this word. Hold on.
We call her Jermaine the Butcher.
Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Carriere.
No, that was closer than what you first said. It's much closer.
Not Benny the Butcher, Jermaine the Butcher.
What is it? Say it again.
Carriere.
Career.
Carriere, like care.
Java, come get her.
Oh, Carriere. Oh, okay, Carriere. All right, here we go. That's going to be at Infinity Farms in Carriere, Mississippi. And then that's...
You just have to let Jermaine take her time.
Take your time. Enunciate.
We always get there. Just take your time.
Carriere. All right. I know how to say Poplarville. I know you. I tell you that.
You got that. You got it down.
I tell you that.
You got that down.
And this one too, Gaucher.
You got that down.
A lot of people always mess up Gaucher, so.
Yeah, it's not Gautier, it's Gaucher.
Right.
And they'll be there December 23rd. Listen, if anybody wanted more information about the tour, where could they go, y'all?
ChapelHart.com, and we got all things. The tickets are on there. You got merch. Our CD, the Christmas CD, is on there. Everything's on our website, ChapelHart.com.
And y'all sent out signed copies. I didn't get one, but I was a little jelly.
That's because you part of the group. You supposed to be signing them, right?
Kamel.
Yeah.
I'm in the fan pages and everything.
We love y'all and we support you from the state. Bless you guys.
Definitely. Listen, y'all, it's time for us to take a break, but hold on tight because when we return, we're checking out Santa, and we'll check out what's naughty and nice around your neck of the woods. Thanks, Chapel Hart. This is Next Stop Mississippi, the Heartfelt Family Holiday Edition on MPB Think Radio. If I could put my straw in my milk.
In my milk.
I broke my straw. Listen, you're listening to Next Stop Mississippi, and I'm passing it over to Kennedy now for her part of the script.
There you go.
You're listening to Next Stop Mississippi on MPB Think Radio. I'm Kennedy King, a special guest host with my traveling partners, Jermaine, Java, Kevin, and my dad, Kamel.
I don't know where Kevin came from.
Where's Kevin?
Kevin, where you at? I didn't take that out the script. Keep going, Kennedy.
In with us now to check what's naughty or nice around the neck of the woods is none other than Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is
We got
in the
Black
building.
Santa.
Santa, get up close to that mic so they can hear your ho, ho, ho. Thank you. Say ho, 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 Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
There he is. There he is. I am in love. We have got Santa Claus here in the building with us, and I am so excited to have him. Santa, are you taking a break from the work that
Santa
you've been
already
doing?
on them cookies.
I mean, Santa's been working though. He deserves a break. Are you on break?
Well, I got to keep my strength up. I got plenty of houses to visit.
Yes.
How is the toy industry coming?
Right now, we're in an economic slump, but, we're asking everybody to get out and donate.
Oh, okay. That's nice because you can donate to those less fortunate as well. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, to those kids who don't have. Side note, let me tell you a little bit about how I found Santa. Okay,
How did you find
y'all
Santa?
ready for this story?
Because you're not supposed to be able to find Santa.
So I was manifesting. I was like, Lord, please send me Santa because I need a Santa Claus for the show, for Kennedy's show.
Right.
And so I had been, searching, hadn't found one, went to Walmart one night, and I was shopping on the pet aisle for Stormy.
Of course. Where else would you be?
Getting her some treats, and this gentleman walks up to me and he goes, I had to stop eating those.
What?
And I said, you better, because you'll start barking if you keep eating them. And so after that, he spoke a little bit, and then I looked at him and I said, this man is Santa Claus. And I said, has anybody ever told you look like Santa? He goes, every day. And I said, no, really? And he goes, yeah, I'm Santa. And I said, no, you're not. And he goes, yes, I am. And let me tell you, it was just me and Santa on this pet aisle.
What?
I was alone on the pet aisle, right?
Wow.
After I exchanged the numbers with Santa and tell him, I'm going to get you on the show, Santa, he walks off the pet aisle with nothing in his hand. This is the magic of the miracle of 34th Street in Flowood. He walks off the pet aisle with nothing. I look down the aisle. He's gone.
Wow.
And now
appeared right there just to say that joke for you to, wow.
And now he's here.
Look at that.
Santa, how has business been this holiday season?
It's been great,
Yeah. Yeah.
The kids really just adore when I walk out in the place and just look.
Yeah.
Some quiet, some smile, but they don't know what to say.
Right. Right. Kennedy, you got a question for Santa?
What do you do at the North Pole?
I'm like a manager. I make sure everything gets done. I read the list. Everybody said they've been good, but we know some haven't.
Kennedy, what list do you think you're on, Kennedy?
I think I'm on the good list.
Now, why?
I've been good. I haven't been getting in trouble. I don't have bad grades. I have all A's except one B, but it's an 89. It's an 89.
That's right on the
And,
That's what I'm saying.
I've been doing good in school. Even my teacher asked me to make a seating chart because I finished all my work.
Good girl. I love that.
That's right. She's making
Kennedy.
Daddy and Mommy proud and her whole family.
She is. That's great. So, Santa, is Kennedy on your nice list?
I don't know. I'm still kind of reading over that list.
Come on, get to it, Santa.
You gotta check it twice, now.
She'll think about them other things like around the house. Am I doing the best I can do there?
Hey, now let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. Well, I need you to put her on the list because Daddy out of money. So,
yes, you need to be on the donation list.
I need a little supplement from North Pole.
Santa, if anybody wanted to contact you, if they wanted, you to come by and spread a little Christmas cheer and things like that, how can they contact Santa Claus, a.k.a. Alvin?
Well, I put my flyers out there on Facebook.
Okay.
And it just saying, I'm available up until December the 25th.
That's right.
I even stopped by for Christmas if you decide you want your kids to have a Santa Christmas.
Yeah, because you've already laid the gifts. Of course you can come by. You've already put the gifts down. You're free then. You're off of work. You've clocked out.
Well, see, you'd be surprised how many people want you to actually bring the gifts in.
Oh,
So
with
that's
them.
not my style.
Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
You had already left them. I don't know why they want you to bring more.
So here's the big question. So, okay, I'm on the naughty list, right?
You already know I cannot put no car in the sleigh, okay? I told you that.
You're right. You're right. But I'm just saying, how do I lobby myself out of the naughty list to the nice list? And is there a cushion of time? Like, if you ain't got on this nice list by the 20th, you done. I mean, how do I do
you
that?
really have your lawyer hat on?
I do.
With Santa?
I'm trying to see how do we negotiate these things? How do we do these things?
Santa, don't answer that.
Please. Inquiring minds would like to know. What's the threshold here, Santa?
Santa, don't answer the threshold. You're so silly. Listen, let's get to some what's happening.
Santa ain't even going.
Santa's eating cookies.
He said, I ain't going to even answer that.
Santa's eating cookies. Okay. Kennedy, you ready for what's happening?
Yes.
Okay, here. I'll do the first one and then I'll pass them to you, okay? So we'll read them together. So this will be yours, and I'll take this first one. Christmas in the Past, y'all. That's happening tonight, 4 p.m. until 9 p.m. in Past Christian downtown. This will be a magical evening that transformed the heart of Past Christian into a winter wonderland, and it all begins at 4 p.m. today. There will be a Whoville setup near Hancock Bank with a screening of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. There will be music, food, children's activities in the kids zone, and Sazerac Square, live animals, photo stations, arts and crafts, food vendors, and more, along with Davis Avenue beginning at 4 p.m. Santa will visit with the children and be available for photos in the Hancock Bank Annex. I mean, he literally comes from here, goes to Past Christian, and he's there.
Busy.
He is busy. Go ahead. What do you have on what's happening?
I have Christmas Market at Brandon on Ice 2024, which is this year.
Thanks for clearing that up.
I love it.
This year, in case you didn't know, it is today 5 p.m. to Sunday, the December 8th, 9 p.m. It is at the Exchange Club of Brandon. New event in Brandon, Mississippi. This is an outdoor market at complex with an outdoor public ice skating ring, games, food truck, and live music, and more. December 6th through 8th, 2024, with Friday being optional.
This year.
Like this year,
yeah.
I was just trying to see if I should cut that out.
Here's what else is happening around your neck of the woods. Christmas on the Square in Raymond tomorrow, December 7th, 2 p.m. in Raymond, Mississippi, featuring fun for all ages where everyone is invited. This year's event includes live music, food trucks, kids activities, and photos with Santa, a pet parade, a train ride, 100 more vendors, artists, and craftsmen selling unique and beautiful wreaths, jewelry, decor, toys, gifts, baked goods, honey, fishing lures, and much more. Admission is free. Again, that's Christmas on the Square in Raymond, Mississippi. What you got, Kennedy?
Okay, we have the Flora Christmas Parade. It is Saturday, December 7th, 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. It is 4729 Main East Street. Join us for the 2024 Flora Christmas Parade with the theme of Gingerbread Christmas. This parade will be followed by caroling and pictures with Santa and Mrs. Claus.
That's perfect. Okay, here's the last one. It's downtown Vicksburg's Christmas Parade of Lights, Sunday, December 8th in Vicksburg. When you hear sleigh bells jingling, whistling.
Whistling.
See, we're all messing up today.
And look, and what was the address? 4,726.
They gonna get there though. I tell you that.
They gonna get there.
I tell you that. Witness the glistening snow and see the enchanting lights shimmering along Washington Street in Vicksburg. And it means one thing: the highly anticipated downtown Vicksburg Christmas Parade of Lights is on its way. The theme is the Nutcracker. Again, Sunday, December 8th, 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. Okay, we're going to stop messing up now. And Santa, we thank you for eating cookies and drinking milk with us and checking out what's naughty and nice around everybody's neck of the woods.
I am more than glad to be here, and I appreciate y'all for inviting me.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
time for us to take a break. On the other side, we're heading to the Jackson Medical Mall for our final stop at the Legacy Gala tonight, December 6th. You're listening to Next Stop, the Heartfelt Family Holiday Edition on MPB Think Radio.
On MPB Think Radio. I'm Kennedy King with my traveling partners, Jermaine Flood, Java Chapman, and my dad, Kamel King.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
That's mine right there.
I love it. It's the cutest voice in the world.
Except when she's asking for money, which is often.
Oh, it's Christmas time too, Daddy. Listen, speaking of festivities and Christmas and the holidays and galas and things that you can be cute and pretty at, we have got the Legacy Gala in with us today. I am so excited. For the final stop, we're celebrating the power of community empowerment and generational wealth at the Legacy Gala tonight, December 6th at the Jackson Medical Mall, featuring comedian Rita B, the 601 Live Band, Dexter Allen, Scott Albert Johnson, Mr. Johnny Donaldson of Bank Plus, and also featured and in with us right now is event organizer Fallon Brewster. And in addition to the event host, my friend and WJTV's own Kayla Thompson is here along with, we have got two parts of none other than the talented For Washington group here with us. And I got the two, so Reginald's not here, right? So it's Ariana's here, and Cameron.
Yes, ma'am.
And Cameron's here. Y'all the best ones. We won't tell the other ones. We won't tell the other ones.
They the smoothest one.
Right. We won't tell the other ones. Let's get into it though. Fallon, talk about the Legacy Gala. It's tonight, y'all. Y'all already look like y'all ready for it.
We are so excited.
Good.
So it's December 6th, and it fell on a Friday.
Good.
And that's, it's Dr. Aaron Shirley Day.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's good stuff. I love this.
So we are celebrating his legacy, the legacy of the mall, and all of the wonderful community that we have around us. So we'll be awarding and recognizing people, and then we're going to have a good time because we got Fort Washington, right?
Right.
And we have Dexter Allen. We got my bestie
guy.
Rita, right?
Yeah.
We got Scott Albert Johnson, 601 Live Band, and my girl Kayla. So we're having a good time tonight. You would not be bored.
Right. Kayla's at work right now. I want you to know. Kayla stays with a camera in her hand. She's at work right now. I know it. Fallon, what made you want to put together the Legacy Gala?
Well, it wasn't just me. Every year we do a signature fundraiser, and usually we do Christmas in the City because I think we talked about that last year. And this year we wanted to do something a little bit different because it fell on December 6th.
Right.
So what better way to celebrate it by, honoring the legacy of Dr. Aaron Shirley. I think we don't say his name enough. He is a giant. And I'm saying is, I know he's no longer physically with us, but his legacy is so huge.
Right.
A black man.
Yeah.
In Jackson, Mississippi, started the world's first medical mall, and we're credited all the way in China and Vanderbilt, and all these people come, nationally and internationally to look at our model, and it started right here.
It's historic.
Wow.
It's been there forever. It's historic.
Yes, it is.
I mean, everybody knows it from when you was little to now when you big.
Right.
So.
Fallon, how did you get involved with the Legacy Gala and taking over as running it and things of that nature?
Well, believe it or not, I'm actually the assistant co-chair. So our executive director is the chair.
Okay.
And he just tells us, like, y'all do X, Y, Z, and we
y'all do
right.
Miss Erica Reed, shout out to Erica Reed. She is the event chair. So we are yin and yang. So I'm handling production and entertainment and marketing, run of show. Erica is a decor and community person. So she is a fundraising genius. And so we just put that synergy together. And our whole team, our CFO, Miss Shantae Black, we have Miss Andrea Washington and Blanche Adams on the decor committee.
Andrea?
Yes. Dion,
shout
the
out
whole
Mama.
team. Yes, the whole facilities team. So it's really our whole team. You see me, but it's us.
That's good stuff. I love that. Let's get into our featured people here. I got to start with Kayla. Go ahead, swing that mic on over to her. I got to start with Kayla. Kayla is at my house. Kayla's at my house.
You know what? I'm glad you started there because I got to give you your flowers on your show. There is no way I would have a voice that y'all see currently. Well, I would have a voice, but I wouldn't know how to use it properly had it not been for her taking the time to teach me forever ago. This was the first part. This is my real first mentor.
She's so sweet.
Wow.
My real first mentor. She
Wow.
said, you sound like a cartoon character.
Now, how does she treat you? How does she treat you now? How does she treat you?
She told me, you sound like a cartoon character sometimes, but lean into it. Let's use it.
I did tell her.
So,
Wow.
Do you remember our first commercial?
I don't, but I remember I tried so hard
we
to
were
make a deep, sultry voice.
Remember we were.
we couldn't do it.
Didn't we do something on Bang Bang Shrimp or something?
Yes, we did.
Remember Bang Bang Shrimp?
Yes, we did so many things.
Is that
I'm
Bonefish?
for real. I'm so grateful.
Yeah,
for
we
you.
were doing a fake commercial though, and we came up with doing a commercial about the Bang Bang fish.
Because everybody
Bang Bang
loves
Shrimp.
the Bang Bang Shrimp at
Yeah, we came up with the Bonefish commercial.
They're gone now, so we can't talk about them. No
Yeah.
They are gone.
Don't make them hungry. But yeah, you for real. Thank you so much because now I wouldn't be where I am.
Well, let me pass them back to you, because baby, what you do on WJTV 12 is phenomenal.
It's amazing.
I'm talking about the way you represent for African Americans here in this state. The way you represent for women, you're great. You're a little magnet. Everybody loves you. And I'm just glad that you and I touched bases all those years ago, and then come both of us full circle. And now you're at JTV 12, doing your thing on the desk and everything. And I'm over here, and it's nice to have that synergy with you. So I am blessed to have known you, Kayla.
This is crazy. Don't make me cry. All right.
I know it. I'm sorry.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry.
What a moment. And you got Santa in the room.
I know it. Santa's here. Ask him. Y'all can ask him what y'all
if you
want.
on a nice or naughty list, because he said my daughter he don't know. So we need to ask about you.
She is. I wasn't going to ask. I know what I've done at Channel 12, so. Hey, I do what I need to make a difference.
I love it. I love it. So Kayla, you're hosting, right?
Yes.
You're hosting tonight.
Yes, very
okay.
excited so people won't think that me and Rita are the same person or look the same.
Y'all are the same person.
We are not. They will finally see. We are the same height.
My question is, here's the thing. Me, Rita, and Kayla all met each other. Well, I met Kayla and Rita at Jackson State, 2 separate times. But I met both of y'all at Jackson State, and both of y'all are so funny. I need y'all to do like a 2-woman show.
I'm down for it. As long as she let me sing.
Go on, swing it back, Fallon.
Okay, so listen, my first time, I had seen Kayla on the news, but my first time I was tour manager for Rita's tour. You remember she did her tour here?
Yeah.
And she had a show at Doolin Hall. So Kayla reached out and wanted to do a corny joke set. And Rita said, okay, let her do it. I was like, for real? Like, do you know? And she got up there in 3 minutes and absolutely killed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was sold then.
Personality for days. You hear me? For days. Let's get into For Washington, the entertainers
My people
at the Legacy Gala and our family here at Next Stop, Mississippi.
So awesome.
Y'all already know where y'all are at and where y'all were coming to. Y'all knew exactly where y'all were coming to. Again, we've got 2 of those members. I am so glad to have in Ariana. Did I say it right that time?
Yes,
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And Cameron.
She's not Benny the Butcher. She's Jermaine the Butcher. She butcher name, so you good.
Here's the thing about Benny the Butcher. Side note: he's from Buffalo, New York. But yeah,
I know
That's right. And he has some good albums too.
He does.
right.
He does. Okay,
Right.
I am so glad to have y'all back. How excited are y'all for this event?
So excited. I think this is a wonderful event, showcasing talent and people like Kayla who just bring the vibrant atmosphere to this gala. We're excited to share our songs with y'all and to just get up and groove. I think it's going to be good.
Do y'all do any holiday classics?
We do, honestly. But lately we've been just into the pop era.
Okay.
Really just getting into, what we like as, individual artists and as a collective. But,
Right.
Oh, yeah, we'll whip out some old,
Good stuff.
Some of those classics,
some-
And then look, when 2 of y'all are gone, do the other 2 sing together as well?
They shut down.
I mean-
They just shut down.
I mean, we sing a little bit,
They
do a little something. Do a little something. I want to hear the 2. I want to hear what 2 sound like. Y'all do a little something.
What we gonna do?
What you got?
We're doing tonight. We're doing
Let's see.
How Deep.
How deep is your love?
We're doing How Deep Is Your Love.
Y'all hit us with it. Hit us with it. Hit us with it real fast.
Okay. I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. Every moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, make me warm with your love, and then you softly leave. And if it's me you need to show, how deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me.
Come on. on now.
Wow.
That was so
We don't need the other two. I told y'all.
And Jermaine, I gotta say this before, and I want to say it on record. You know, we've always had talks in the studio and stuff like that. Y'all are the ones that are changing the game for people like my daughter. With all this mess that is on the radio, all this just crazy dark stuff. Y'all are the light. So I just support y'all. We appreciate. That doesn't mean you are perfect. You have to be perfect. But just everything that y'all are doing is showing her that there is a different way.
The Light is going to be performing tonight, December the 6th. Listen, the best thing about this event, no babysitter. They're saying no worries. You can inquire about on-site child care services.
All right, Fallon.
Now, I'm not keeping them wet. But we do have a designated area. We have a glow party. So my son will be there. We have a glow party for the kids, for the teenagers. They're having pizza. Wonderful time. They'll be in a totally separate area. So that when you know, we got you covered.
Now that's how you do it. That's how you do it right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's good.
Awesome. I love that. For more information, where can they go, Fallon?
JacksonMedicalMall.org/Legacy Gala. Follow us on Facebook at Jackson Med Mall. And can I say this? Thank you to our sponsors. Man.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Liberty Bank.
Thank
Bank
y'all.
Plus.
All right.
It's so many
Good
sponsors
stuff.
that we have, but they really, we got a lot of support
Good
this year.
stuff. Y'all, I love it. The Legacy Gala. Thank you to Fallon. Thank you to Kayla.
Yes.
Thank you to 2 of 4 Washington. It's still 4 of y'all. But listen, let's take it out of here, Kennedy.
Take it out.
Well, we've come to an end of another great trip. We want to thank you for riding shotgun, and thank you today's guests, Santa Claus, Chapel Hart, Fallon Brewster, Kayla Thompson, and for Washington for joining us on Next Stop Mississippi, the Heartfelt Family Holiday Edition.
To submit an event or find out more information about these and what's happening around your neck of the woods, visit mpbonline.org. Click the community tab to view SIP events or email events@mpbonline.org. Next Stop Mississippi is produced by yours truly. For Java Chapman, Kennedy King, and Kamel King with Visit Mississippi, I'm Jermaine Flood. Today's MMPs were Blake and Sahana. Happy holidays to all, and have a great weekend from Next Stop Mississippi.